All right. Hey, everybody. This is Jordan McConnell and CJ Cabrera, Crohn's veteran podcast. And we are excited to have the man himself, Mr. Crohn's and Colitis TV, Mark. I'm not going to butcher your last name, so please tell the people how you pronounce your last name, sir.
My last name is Locicero. I always feel like if the first C was
I got it
capitalized,
right.
no one would
Got
have a
it
problem
right.
with it.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So Mr. Mark Locicero is here with us to talk about his IBD journey and also, his advocacy journey. And so, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you for having me. Much appreciated. I've had both of these fine gentlemen on my live Instagram, which is at Crohn's and Colitis TV. We've been chatting it up. But thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate this.
Cool. Well, yeah. Well, first off, for the people that don't know you, please tell us, your story with IBD.
Sure. So it started about 10 years ago, which is just crazy to even think at this point. It goes by so fast.
Right.
Symptoms started in 2010. Just having stomach issues, running to the bathroom a lot. It was a little bit at first, then it would go away, then it would come back. And at first I thought I just had like a bad stomach ache or something, like the bug, a flu, something like that. So eventually 2 years after that, I wound up getting diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I went to my primary doctor, who then sent me to another doctor that did what'd they do? I think we did the colonoscopy. They couldn't find anything. And then he sent me to another doctor. That doctor did something else. He couldn't find anything. They sent me to another doctor. Then eventually that was the third specialist. So that's when we finally found treatment after that I had Crohn's disease. So it was an MRI actually.
Wow.
Found it in my small intestines.
And so and after you're diagnosed, how has your life changed? Would you say, especially, after you got diagnosed, how'd your life change?
Well, this is the wonderful lesson I like to tell people. After I got diagnosed, I was put on Remicade. Remicade was working fantastically. I was able to eat, I was able to drink, I was able to do whatever I wanted. Then I decided to leave my job, and I lost my insurance because I left my job.
Right.
So at that point, I was a young man feeling like, hey, I'm good now. I'm healthy. I don't need medication. I'm good.
Right.
So I stopped the Remicade, stopped going to see my doctor, and that was beginning of 2013. By the end of 2014, I was completely in shambles, pretty much.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
And it's like, I noticed that this happens a lot with people. You look at yourself in the mirror every day, so you can't see the wide picture. Like I had lost 80 pounds and I knew that I was losing weight, but like when you look at the picture now, you're like, that's crazy. Like, how did you not do something about it? But you're kind of just used to seeing yourself during the slow progression that you don't see the big picture.
Yeah.
And you start changing your daily routine, and then that becomes habit. So like looking back, all these things I used to do, I never used to go out to eat with my friends. I'd go to work for 8 hours. I wouldn't eat the entire time at work. Like so many life changes that you make, and you don't even think twice about it. You just accept it because that's the circumstance that's happening.
Right. CJ?
No, I totally agree with what he's talking about. I went through the same process. I had to go through the same process. Every time I start to feel good, I start to take less care of myself because I think I'm like, all right.
It's that Superman mentality. You're young. I'm good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
Wrong. Completely wrong.
Exactly. And so, I mean, so yeah, that's the kind of thing for anybody out there that has, IBD. There's nothing cool about trying to tough it out. See a doctor like soon, and so they like to get yourself all squared away. Yeah, so there's so many solutions and options and treatments now that whether it's medicine or something holistic, there's something out there that can help people. So.
And also don't feel embarrassed. I feel like part of me, even though maybe I don't want to admit it even to myself, I'm sure I was probably partly embarrassed too. You got to go to the doctor. You had to repeat yourself a lot. You have to, hey, I poop a lot. Hey, I this, hey, I that. And it's a little embarrassing. Some people are probably like, I'd rather just not mention it.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's why, I think it's so cool that, people, well, it's cool and grateful for, for you to be here because it's just not, and I mean, there's millions of folks that have IBD, but there's very few that can get in front of a camera or can get in front of a microphone or whatever and tell their story. Because yeah, it's it's pooping, it's diarrhea, it's stomach aches, it's all these kind of non-sexy, yeah, exactly, non-sexy things, embarrassing, but hey, but but it is what it is, to me. But it's not there's still so much more to life anyway. And so I mean, it's it sucks, but it's really important to have a kind of glass half full, be grateful, because there's so many. I mean, CJ and I were just hearing some stories earlier that everybody's journey is different, and so it can be so it's just kind of just a grateful mindset all the time. It's just
I think
have a grateful
that's so
mindset.
important. Because like we were talking about this last night on my live, like definitely address your feelings. Don't try to hide your feelings, but always like once you process them, now you have two roads. Do you want to be grateful and look at the silver lining, or do you want to just like keep thinking about all the negative stuff? So it's like how you take that
Right.
and what you do
And
with
you
it.
gotta right, and you gotta stay positive, and a lot of it, especially when you're sick and stuff is, it's okay to just take care of yourself, sometimes in society, it can be like, you're supposed to be the Superman type person, and you really do not have to be, it's the cool people are the ones that take care of themselves,
Exactly.
and so
I got
so
a
yeah,
question
so
for you, Mark. When was it in your journey that you decided that you needed support, like you needed to advocate, you needed to reach out to somebody?
It was actually funny. Like I always wanted to give back, and my doctor told me about like the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation to be a mentor. So like I did that, but like a lot, no disrespect to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, but I feel like they don't do enough things. Like I want to do more. I want to take it into my own hands. Then I'm also an ambassador for AbbVie, the pharmaceutical company that makes Humira. So I do stuff with them once in a while, but once again, it's like a couple times a year, sometimes once a year. I wanted to do something myself. So I was actually in a comic book shop. I love comics. I'm really into comics. So
awesome.
the owner was talking to one of his friends, and I was just, it's a small shop. I was just listening, and he was talking to the owner about like, you have such a good business here. Like, if you started your own like Instagram and like you could talk about the business, and like as he's saying all these things to him about comics, all my Crohn stuff just kept popping into my head, and like literally, it was like an epiphany. Like everything was just like, oh, I could do. And he starts mentioning like you can go live and you could talk about this and how you got the comic book shop, and I was like, I could do that all with my Crohn's. Like it all just popped into my head, so I just made the channel on Instagram, and away we went.
That's awesome.
So shout to Eastside Mags in Montclair for whoever that man was that one day.
So what's your favorite type of comics, or what kind of comics? So is it just comics with you, or you like anime too? Like,
I was never big on anime. I never really got into it. I don't dislike it. I just don't know enough about it. Growing up, I'm 34 now, so growing up, I collected all the Marvel cards, big X-Men cartoon fan, Spider-Man cartoon fan. And then I think it's actually funny because I was sick in the hospital and I was kind of looking for stuff to do. So I just kind of got like, I'm a big pro wrestling fan. I got back into WWE. I got back into like reading comics, and now I go every Wednesday. So I love a lot of Marvel stuff. That's where I'm at. DC, I know the characters, but I'm a Marvel man at heart.
That's what's up. Like, I got my son like an Incredible Hulk, thing when he was a baby and stuff, and so it's like he has all this, all the action figures from Marvel and stuff, and so like we have the Spider-Man like game for the PS4 and stuff, and so like playing all that. It's just I love it too. I love fantasy and action, all those action movies and all that, and I like I guess graphic novels a little bit, maybe less. I've read like, I think it was like V for Vendetta, like the graphic novel for that. My wifey has all the Walking Deads, and so I read a lot of those.
They just keep going.
Yeah, and so
it never ends.
Exactly, and so so I like, I haven't, comics can be one of those things where it's like, man, it's like a black hole and stuff, but that's fun too. It's like and so but I like the graphic novel ideas. At least I can finish it, at least in my mind, and so and not do these like, like Dragon Ball type thing where it's like 4,000 episodes or whatever.
Right. Giant.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's like
many.
volumes and stuff. but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah, so what's your, so what other things, what would you like to do with Crohn's and colitis TV, or or with or for or advocacy or awareness? What other things are you interested in?
Well, when I first started, I noticed how much I like being a mentor for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. So I was like, if I can kind of do everything that I want to do with the Crohn's Foundation, but just on my own. So like I wanted to form support groups. So I figured it'd be just a good way to connect with just people. And then I figured if I could start doing like Instagram lives and have people meet other people and tell their story, that could also be another form of like a support group.
Did you ever think about making a Discord?
I never thought about that. And even when I had my Twitch channel, I never had a Discord because that's a little too technologically advanced for me at this
Yeah,
point.
same for me. I don't get that either.
Well, my boy Gabe, who I always call my senior technical advisor, he's like a wizard with all that. So I got to ask him to maybe get a Discord going for that. That's a good idea.
I think that'd be pretty cool for the community. Everybody can just go in there, like share a bunch of stuff. You can even get in like little groups and talk about things.
Do you guys have a Discord?
We do
No,
not.
we do not. And so, I mean, but there's
I want to wait till we get a following before I make
right,
a Discord.
exactly. And of course, there's more than one burger stand, so it's all love type thing. So
that is true.
And so and so there's I mean, to me, the more people work together and raise awareness together, it's the better. Like that's one of the things I want to do on our website is start like highlighting people like like yourself and and other people that are trying to raise awareness and advocate just for that sole purpose, because I think sometimes in this kind of awareness business, people can kind of be competitive. I don't know why, and so to me, I don't care about that at all.
We're in this journey together, Jen.
Yeah, we're kind of all journey together,
agree.
just journey together, and so that's it's all about trying to reach as many people as possible. And so, yeah, man, and so try and think what else is going on. So what's Salute. Welcome to the Crohn's Veteran Podcast. You have earned your IBD stripes. Crohn's Veteran is a lifestyle brand dedicated to uplifting people with Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, and irritable bowel syndrome worldwide. We greatly appreciate your support and for listening. Help us spread awareness by subscribing and checking out our website, crohnsveteran.com today. Support the Crohn's Veteran Podcast with a small monthly donation. For 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 a month, your generosity will support future episodes and our dreams of helping people with Crohn's and colitis. Now, for today's episode. Life like in New Jersey, is there, so there anything, about, your experience, with Crohn's disease in the kind of New Jersey that's, kind of different? I mean, I guess or even a better question, how'd your friends and family, react to your diagnosis?
My family was very supportive. Parents were super supportive. Same thing with friends. Friends were super supportive. I mentioned this in the past too, that, when you're first diagnosed, it's like this big deal. Everyone's showing you a lot of love and they're like, oh my God, this is so serious.
Right.
Then you find out like it's a long-term, lifelong thing. And sometimes it's not as important to them anymore. Or if, you start feeling not good every day, it's like, oh, he doesn't feel good again? All right. Or like, let's not invite him because, he's not going to eat anyway. So why bother telling him?
Yeah, that kind of compassion fatigue. Have you ever like, run any kind of, haters when it comes to your condition or anything like that?
Luckily, no. Not that I know of. I'm sure behind my back things were probably maybe said.
Yeah, but
like,
that's not important. Yeah.
But nothing to my face. No, like, no one's ever said anything personally. I guess I'm just lucky in that sense of
that's.
yeah, I've never had to deal with that. I know people have to deal with like family members that don't believe them, or like friends that hate on them for it, or make fun of them, or stop talking to them. I was very lucky to have that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very very fortunate to have a pretty loving family and stuff, and so they're pretty supportive. But yeah, I mean that that can't happen. You have to kind of, if you're talking about your symptoms with people, it's kind of like. That's why it's so important to have these online communities, so you can balance how much you're kind of laying on the people that that care about you, type thing. So that's just it kind of helps keep things friendly, type thing. And so because I've kind of especially with a chronic illness, you have all these things. People have full lives and their own stuff going on, and so so like talking about like my stomach hurts or I have this thing like, or unless it's like going to the hospital important, it's like you have to be. It's kind of my experience is it just helps to be balance it out a little bit. To have different resources to kind of talk to kind of talk it out, and so that's why so yes so I mean like one of the biggest things with Crohn's veteran is just that to try to make sure people have positive mindsets type thing, and also that to me it's really cool like that continual growth. Like so like why you have a chronic illness, why you have an invisible illness, that you still strive to be a better person, type
Absolutely.
thing, and like not that kind of stagnant attitude, and and what like just what's there's a motivational speaker called whose name is Les Brown. He said it's possible, and so that's one of the biggest things that I'm kind of obsessed with seeing what's possible, living with this condition and stuff, and so and also sharing that with other people, and so well, cool. Like CJ, what else is on your mind?
Not much, brother. I'm just here to kick it and hear some
Right.
things about Mark's life and
I
IBD.
definitely,
Right.
I
Yeah.
definitely think
So,
mentality is the most important thing, which we've kind of touched on. And like I
yeah.
always say this, and I don't mean it in a cocky or like smart ass way like that, but like I always knew I was going to be in remission. I didn't even question it once. I always had the faith and belief that I was going to get better. As long as I listened to the doctor, I did, trial and error with what I was eating, and I figured, all right, if this doesn't work, if this works, keep a notebook keep a journal for my food. Like I did everything possible because I knew that if I did that stuff, I would get better. It wasn't a guarantee, but just my faith and belief.
Right.
I just had
That's
that positive mindset at all times.
awesome.
I definitely did not. I had
Yeah.
the
That's
totally opposite mindset. My mindset was that I'm an unlucky dude, and with my luck, I would get diagnosed with UC. Um, that's what I told. That's what I told the doctor. Right before he wanted me to get a colonoscopy, he would be like, "There's a possibility that you have UC," and I just laughed. He's like, "It's not funny, man." I was just like, "Bro, with my luck, I probably do have UC." And little did I know I had UC. And
Wow.
like from there on, I was just like, "It is what it is," I just gotta keep a positive mindset. It could only get better. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
already hit rock bottom,
Only
so
way to go is up from here.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. That's what that's what we're doing all the way up type thing. And so,
Hmm.
and, I mean, it's that I was, yeah, that was definitely. It's like, man, I wish I had that mindset, because but the what happened to me was just like such an onslaught of like just horrible, agonizing, terrible pain for such a long period of time. I was like, and then I came out of that with a surgery that just caused permanent damage. I'm like, oh well, there's just no way I'm going to be better. Like it's impossible. And then like 8 years later, I actually got better doctors and stuff, and I was like, oh well, now I have good medicine, and now all this kind of stuff. Now it's possible. Now it's possible to be better. So that's kind of what led me, slowly to here.
Yeah.
It's like the possibility is like, okay, well now it's like it is possible to actually be better. And so if that's the case, then I can share that with other people type thing. Hey, like don't have that kind of that defeatist, cynical attitude, because you never know what's possible.
Right.
There might be a medicine out there, there might be a treatment out there might be a support system out there that you don't even know about. And so, yeah, so you gotta believe in that.
And there was a
Manifest it.
lot of
Actually manifest that.
exactly speak it
Yeah.
into existence.
Right. Yep.
There's a lot of dark days. I mean, even my one doctor once told me, he's like, if you live past 30, your quality of life will probably be not the greatest. Told me that straight up to my face. I'm
Mm,
34 now and
mm,
I'm feel fantastic. So it's
right.
like it's all about just, and like I said, like not all the days were good. And sometimes I kind of glorify the past and romanticize it because I'm feeling good now. But there were
Mm,
some pretty rough days. And it's like in 2014, when I finally said I had enough, like I remember it was right before Halloween. It just
yeah.
hit me. I was like, I'm tired of going to work like this. I'm tired of feeling like this. I was in so much pain, going to the bathroom, lost all this weight. So I said, I'm taking a leave of absence from work and I'm not coming back until I'm better. And I wound up doing like 42 individual nights in the hospital in like a 3-month period. That's when they had to rush me to a hospital in New York. I was there for 10 days. Then I came back to Jersey. Then they wanted to do emergency surgery. Then they decided they didn't want to do it. So they put me back on Remicade. I had an allergic reaction to that because I developed antibodies. All my joints locked up for 3 days. Couldn't move.
Wow.
Then after that, they were like, all right, now let's do some emergency surgery. They told me right before I went under that I might wake up with a bag. There was no way to guarantee it because it was so deep they couldn't see it. So I literally went to the surgery like, we'll just see what happens when I wake up. So I remember I woke up, I touched my stomach, and I remember like my parents, I kind of remember they were like, no, you're good. And I went back to sleep. But like, you didn't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Just a sense of relief, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I got very lucky.
Yeah, like I remember, like, with my surgery I had in 2009, that I didn't know. I knew kind of what they were going to do, but I didn't know like the scar was like, whoa. Because it's like probably like that.
Mm-hmm.
Going like around my belly button or whatever, all the way down and all the way up, type thing. And so I'm like, this kind of, I remember looking down, like seeing that all the way, kind of looking underneath the bandage, and like it is staples all the way down, like holy moly type thing. I was cut open, man, the type thing. So, but that actually, did get rid of all the, or did kind of cut out all the, inflammatory, parts, the colon or whatever. It's like 18 inches I got taken out, and so 18 inches taken out, and then like my ileum taken out, and so.
Yeah, I got a foot taken out. And I remember everyone was asking me, like, aren't you nervous about your surgery? I'm like, if you knew everything I've been through in the past 5 years, I cannot wait for this surgery. The doctor was like, once you get this surgery, you should be okay. We'll put you on a inflammatory biologic. And then as far as I know, things should be good. So with that knowledge, I was like, let's get this surgery done with. I don't even care at this point. Take me. Like, I'm good.
Right, exactly. And so I mean, I'm so happy that you're feeling better, man. That's awesome, and I definitely hope that you stay good for a long time. So
thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and so because it's a rarity. So yeah. So I mean, even I would say it's always just so important just to appreciate any good day type thing. And so
it's
I think
true, because any day it could change.
Yeah,
There's
I think
no guarantees.
Yeah,
my hair could stop working tomorrow.
Right. I think IBD does that. I think IBD just gives you a new appreciation for for just life, type thing. Just like, well, have fun, do stuff, try to accomplish things, be productive every day, because and this is another day that I'm not sick. Because it's a chronic illness, because it kind of strike at will type thing, no matter what I'm doing, type thing. So I'm gonna try to, have some fun and knock it out today, type thing. Right.
I always tell people I'll never forget what Crohn's took away from me, but I'll never forget what Crohn's gave me, like appreciation for life, perspective on how I want to look at life. Just like you said, appreciating every day, because tomorrow could go right back in a flash. You never know.
Right. Well, cool. Well, that was a fun conversation.
That was a good time. I love chatting with you guys. You guys are so awesome.
Yeah. So so thanks for being on. And so one last thing, plug your channel. Tell the people where they can find you, and how they can support you.
Awesome. Definitely check me out at Instagram, which is at Crohn's and Colitis TV. Anyone here who is suffering from Crohn's, colitis, IBS, I've even had people with other diseases outside of the spectrum just say, hey, I followed your page because I like the inspiration. Come check me out. If you want to be a part of one of my lives and share your story, please DM me, let me know. And I appreciate all the support.
Definitely, Mark's the man. Follow him at Crohn's and Colitis TV today and tomorrow.
And make sure you follow Chill Ghost here on Twitch. Make sure you hit that button.
You heard the man.
Right, exactly. And so and also you can find me and CJ online at www.crohnsveteran.com, instead on Twitch Chill Ghost, on YouTube Crohn's Veteran, on what else? Instagram, at Pearl for CJ, and at Crohn's Veteran for me, Jordan. Thank you guys for joining us. Stay safe, stay healthy out there.
Yeah, and follow me on MySpace at. No, I'm kidding. No, we're
Awesome. All right, we'll get Mark. I appreciate it, man. And be well.
Same to you. Thank you, fellas. Have a good night.
Hey,
all right, see you later. All right, bye-bye.
Deuces.
Cool.
Alrighty. That was fun, man. That was fun. We are still